It's scoreless as we've gone to the dogs in Austin, Texas. We move to the top of the fourth. ESPN News coverage of the NCAA Softball Super Regionals continues on Saturday afternoon with 2 more games. First at 3 Eastern. We will be back here tomorrow as 4th-seeded Texas faces the Cinderella of the tournament, Bethune-Cookman, in Game 2 of their 3-game series. And at 5 Eastern in Tucson, 3rd-seed Arizona Wildcats take on the 14th-seed Oklahoma Sooners in the 2nd game of their 3-game series. The NCAA Softball Super Regionals Saturday on ESPNU. Top of the 4th, Capri Williams, the freshman, will lead it off for the Wildcats. Struck out in her first at bat. Williams trying to get something done for this offensively charged team. They are number 9 in the nation in offense, coming in as a team batting .322. They've got only 1 hit so far against the Olympian and Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, Kat Osterman. What kind of adjustments the second time around do these hitters need to make? They've seen Kat once now.
Next time up to bat against Kat, you just really need to still lay off of her junk. She's still going to try to throw around the plate, get you to swing, get you to bite.
Kat Osterman has a 1-2 count. She did say some of the toughest hitters she faces, like the Natasha Watleys of the world, are those that will lay down the bunt, slap, and have great foot speed. And those are all tenets of the Wildcats team.
And batters like that for Kat are her worst enemy, because you know you're never going to sit in there and hit the ball hard off the Kat because she's got so much movement. So people that can just put bat on ball and just put the ball in play are going to be the most effective against Kat. But it still, I must say, is difficult.
And the difficulty continues for Capri Williams, the 8th strikeout victim for Kat Osterman. Now, if you think Osterman's got great stuff, the numbers prove it. She averages 15 strikeouts per game, and in fact, the headlines in the sports section talked about how the defense can tend to fall asleep or lull themselves into, well, okay, here's another strikeout. So they got to get in a zone of readiness.
I can definitely speak to that, being Kat's teammate this summer. She's got a long presentation in her pitching style, and she strikes out everybody on top of that. So on defense, you can get a little lulled to sleep and lose your focus a little bit.
Tiffany Bowser hoping to wake the Texas defense up. The Longhorns say to stay awake, we basically jaw back and forth to one another. And I think the leader of that is the shortstop, Desiree Williams. She talks non-stop throughout the entire game.
Well, not only is she making sure that her own self is paying attention, but making sure that her teammates are paying attention as well.
Is that a trademark of shortstops? They just continue to talk the entire game, Natasha Watley?
Most definitely. We're the anchor of the defense. We're the anchor of the infield. We want to make sure everybody's paying attention. Everybody knows where their next play is going to be. And Desiree Williams does a great job of that.
Bowser fouls that back. Williams, another one of those injured in the dugout incident in March, has worked her way back. And a big part of her coming to Texas, that player right there, Kat Osterman. No biting for the Cat. 2-2 count now to Tiffany Bowser. Bowser, the only single for the Wildcats against Kat Osterman. The second strikeout victim this inning, 9th overall.
What I like most about this Wildcat team is their energy. They definitely possess so much energy. Just that last play, you see Bowser striking out and still hustling down first base. They've got so much energy. They know in order to get ahead on the top of these Longhorns, they're just going to have a lot of energy out.
Andrea Thomas, who struck out in her first at bat, hoping to energize Bethune-Cookman.
Seeing some more of their energy, their little dance routines.
Did she go? She did not. 2-0 count now to Andrea Thomas. You talk about your fanatical fans. Thomas' father, Robin Thomas, has his own Wildcats website. Each time the team plays, he logs in and lets everybody know, hey, here's what my daughter is doing. Here's what the Wildcats are doing. How many hits do you think that website got since they moved to the Super Regionals?
I think it's probably gotten a lot of hits since they've been becoming real popular in this postseason.
Dad Robin out in Tucson, Arizona. Tries to call Laura Watton with all the great recruits coming out of Tucson, but unfortunately he's got to go against some good Pac-10 schools that just happen to be out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The rise ball works a full count now.
You can still see Kat working around the plate. She's not going to slip on any pitches. She's still trying to make this Wildcat offense, trying to budge out her pitches, try to swing at anything near the plate.
Looking for strikeout victim number 10. And Thomas fouls it off. Thomas went 2 for 4 in the loss to Florida A&M in the conference tournament championship, and she has been on a 2 for 4 tear if you look at her numbers at the end of April and the beginning of May. Strike 3 called. The 10th strikeout victim for Kat Osterman and the Longhorns. They're trying to wake up their bats as we move to the bottom of the 4th. We are scoreless as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. We are in Austin, Texas, on the campus of the University of Texas for the NCAA Softball Super Regionals. This has got a great matchup between the hometown University of Texas and Daytona Beach, Florida, Bethune-Cookman. They have taken Florida by storm. Tracy Warren along with Natasha Watley and our ESPNU crew. Connie Clark saying this is the year for Texas to win our first national championship. We're a patient team that manufactures runs. So far, the Longhorn fans have been treated to only 1 single off the bats of Texas, trying to solve Lauren McCoy, the senior pitcher for the Wildcats.
Coach Clark talks about this is the best she's seen her team play all season. And she's really, really excited about what's to come ahead, if possible, if they make it to the College World Series. She thinks this is the best team that she's had here at the University of Texas.
Tina Boutel, the number 2, 3, and 4, facing McCoy this in the bottom of the 4th. Boutel, the lively junior out of Katy, Texas, was on the USA Softball Junior National Team.
And there is Bob, the mascot. Boutel created this her freshman year, and it's been coming along with the Texas Longhorns ever since. It's their little good luck charm.
And they really come out all kinds of decorations, these Texas fans.
And there you just saw a shot of Batel's mother, who also created her own bob.
So is this a Bob Butel family? Is that what this is all about?
Bob is just another creation. Tina Butel talks that she feels like this is almost like her son, her child, and there's Diane with her replica of the Bob also.
So you pass it down through the family?
I think so, and it's carried on into the dugout.
Butel, a shot to right field, and she is aboard here in the 4th inning. Looks like Bob paid off.
Bob definitely paid off, and there you see her mother celebrating with the Longhorn.
The lefty takes it right down the right side, goes with the pitch and scoots it through Bowser and Thomas at 1st and 2nd, and is a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 4th.
And Butel does a great job of possessing that power slap. That time you saw the Wildcats playing a little bit in, a little bit shallow, expecting a little soft slap, and right there and there, Butel takes it with her and has a hard, what you call a hard slap.
Laura Watton talking things over with the Wildcats, and she understands that the hottest hitter for the Longhorns is up right now with Bob looking on. Ches Severs, who's got that feisty 341 average, 19 RBIs. Second team all Big 12. She flew out in her first at bat.
Ches Severs is one of the seniors for this Longhorn team, so she can go out with the bang. She definitely would be a nice way to send herself out and remember herself, her Longhorn career.
Looks to bunt. Butel looks runnerish. So Watton perhaps giving the Wildcats the heads up about the speed on the bases as well as the might of Severs.
Most definitely. You've got Butel in the number 2 spot, which is almost like another leadoff. She gets on the base, and Coach Clark is not afraid to steal, so Coach Watton wants to tell her defense to remain on their toes a little bit.
Fouls it back. A lot of people sitting at home say, hey, you've got a 341 hitter at the plate, and you're going to play small ball and have her bunt. What's the philosophy behind Connie Clark's thinking?
Well, this is a game of softball. It's a little different than baseball. If you've got your number 3 hitter up at the plate in baseball, you usually want to try to make them hit. Here in softball, it's a game of averages. It's a game, only one hit can make a difference. So getting Butel over to second and having your number 4 hitter in Williams, which is another great hitter, having another possible chance at scoring.
Severs trying to get it down, but she is in the hole. McCoy has a 1-2 count, and she is in the driver's seat. This is the game 1 of the best of 3 series here at the Super Regionals in Austin, Texas. Ball 2 outside. Butel, 8 of 9 for stolen bases so far this year. She's on first and taking an awfully big lead. Rachel Kilbert, the catcher, keeping an eye on her. 2-2, shot up the middle. Good glove by Jackson for 1, throws it away. But good recovery by Andrea Thomas at first.
And although Jackson threw that ball a little wide, she did stop the extra base hit, and that's what she does so well. She moves so well to her left and her right. She's able to knock that ball off up the middle without even having to get on her feet. She gets that ball and snags it standing up. But even though she throws the ball away, she just got to remain under control.
So now Severs is on first, and Desiree Williams steps in. Williams had the single in the 2nd inning for one of 2 Texas hits.
And every time Williams and Padilla get a hit, they do make a sign of a T with their bodies, and they both are roommates, Michaela Padilla and Desiree Williams. So having a little fun out there, too, as they get base hits.
Good camaraderie, good chemistry, and hoping good clutch hitting. Framed nicely by Kilbert. Strike one. Desiree Williams, the freshman out of Tucson, Arizona, played at Flowing Wells High School and was a pitcher. Converted to shortstop and is the #4 hitter for one of the top teams in the nation.
You do tend to see that a lot. A lot of girls that come to college pitched in their early days and in high school. I know I was one. I pitched in high school a little bit. It's very, very common.
A little different angle, isn't it? Shortstop, pitcher, 43 feet, 70 feet. 3-1. Now to Desiree Williams, and the crowd starting to get excited. Ches Severs at first. Desiree Williams, the .271 hitter, with a 3-1 count. When you're in a super regional situation, nerves get the best of you, or is it all the nerves are by the wayside and you just are so locked in?
I think nerves can get you a little bit, but I think the good players can let that go by them a little, let their nerves get by them a little bit and use that to lock on a little bit.
The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. The first walk given up by Lauren McCoy. And now 2 runners are aboard for Megan Willis, the hottest hitter on the Longhorn squad. Hit .571 for Connie Clark at the regionals. Willis, her average shot up 15 points there, and we said, what do you attribute that to? And she said, catching Kat Osterman.
That's amazing. She says she's locked on even more, being more involved in the game, calling Kat's pitches, allows her to see more spins, more pitches, and it's helped her in the batter's box.
It's the shot out to left field, but Capri Williams runs it down for out number 2. McCoy, steady as she goes. 2 outs now, and that will bring up the senior Winter Turner. Turner struck out in her first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Severs on second, Williams on first. We are scoreless here in the bottom of the 4th. Strike call, 1-1.
And it's interesting, Winter Turner, this next season, she's a senior now, she's going to play professional ball with the Harlem Diamonds, a new club kind of similar to the Harlem Globetrotters, and like it's a king of its court, having 5 players playing against its whole team.
Ball's fouled back, which is nice to see. She'll be on a touring team playing throughout the country, sharing stories of the likes of the College World Series of past and hopefully the College World Series of the future, riding behind the arm of Kat Osterman, who with this mini rally gets a little chance to take a breather.
Most definitely.
Yeah. 2-2 now to Winter Turner. Turner, the senior out of San Pedro, California, looking at runners at second and first. Shot to right side. Thomas gloves it, and they get out of the inning. Out number 3. The Wildcats escape a rally by the Longhorns. Can they get their own goal?